Hi there. So this is a Proto 6020CX, and just an overview. To take them apart, you have the full torque wrench. You got this little cap here that comes off the bottom. You got the little nut that comes out, little 7/16. You got to unscrew this. And there are two little ball bearings in here, so you don't want to lose them. That's the part that slides inside. You can see there's little threads. That's where the 7/16 nut goes on. Then in the housing, you'll see the housing here. There are two little holes, one here, one on the opposite side. This part sets right in there, and these two little pins set on the side. Only way I've figured to get them out so far is turn the torque wrench sideways a bit, tap it with a hammer, and get those to come out. It is spring loaded, so if you have it all the way backed out, it doesn't have that much pressure. You can hold this in with your fingers, and as you tap, it'll knock those pins out, and this will come out a little bit. Then you got these little shims here. Do not lose these. I don't know if it matters the order they're in, but this is what sets your calibration for this wrench. You're not supposed to mess with those. You're supposed to keep them with this particular torque wrench. So then you got the long shaft here. I think it's just a plunger between the bottom end here and before you get to the spring. There's another shim that was sitting right there at the top of that. And then you got the spring itself. And come up, let me move this out of the way. Inside the spring you have this other plunger, which, look at the end, there's a little square. That little notch, you get this little piece here, and this will set right in that notch. So when you assemble it, kind of hard doing this with one hand. When you assemble it, make sure you set that in there, and it'll set down inside that little square. So you're gonna have to assemble in the vertical position so it'll stay in there as you're doing this. This particular torque wrench I'm working on wasn't clicking anymore, and that's because thinking someone dropped it and that little piece came out. So inside the torque wrench, this is what it looks like here. You'll have, that's where your ratchet guts are. And that's the little pin. I'll put it right here next to this. So if you don't have to take it out, you may not have to, but I had one that was actually bad that I just took it all apart. But this is the pin you got to take out. I haven't messed with it. I just drilled this one out just to get it out of the way. There's a ball bearing, I believe, that sets in this one. I can't remember for sure, but you shouldn't even have to take this one apart. And then that little square that I showed you, it'll set right here, and as you apply torque to it, it'll push from side to side, and this, the side of this will hit the housing, and that's what gives you the click. So that's all it is, just a little square. The pressure goes right in there, click, click, done. So hopefully this gives you guys an idea, because I looked all over and I could not find a video on how this thing actually comes apart or how to put it together. Since I need to have my certs for the calibration traceable, after this is back together, it is going to get calibrated again. So have a good day.